Hi guys, this video will be a bit different from my normal videos, which I record in Russian language. I want to occasionally record myself in English to improve my speaking skills, and you may take this opportunity and improve your listening skills. Today's video will be about a new library I recently found. It's called ZOD. By their own introduction, ZOD is a TypeScript-first schema, declaration, and validation library, but basically it's a tool to validate data. In ZOD they call validation parsing because there really is an advanced difference between those two operations, and who wants more details may check this article, parse, don't validate. Why I want to present you this library and why I was looking for another validation library to begin with. Well, current validation libraries, the top ones, aren't really perfect. They're good enough, but they're far from perfect. The best library is considered to be YEP. I mean the best for front-end validation tasks. And this library is positioned as a small alternative to its predecessor, Joy. But it's not really that small. As you can see by these numbers, Joy is 25 kilobytes gzipped and YEP is 20 kilobytes gzipped, or 99 kilobytes ungzipped and 71 kilobytes ungzipped, just minified. So there is a difference, but not really something mind-blowing. The first argument for me to look for another validation library is this size. I want something very small and very minimalistic. And while data validation is not that simple task, it's quite a complicated task to be honest, but still this library somehow managed to put all the algorithms and stuff into 8 kilobytes minified and gzipped. The creator of this library, his name is Colin, is an advanced programmer, and his skills in TypeScript and functional programming really talk for themselves if you check the sources of this project. I was quite surprised, and I don't have this level of understanding or these skills. I'm not really into TypeScript at the moment, so the main selling point of this library is that it's a good TypeScript validation library, because YEP and Joy have serious problems with TypeScript. The selling point doesn't really hit me, but the simplicity of this library, its bundle size, and the principles it's built upon are resonating with my own preferences. To give you some exact numbers, I implemented the same validation form with YEP and with ZOD. And you can see it changed color in Next.js terms from red to big to yellow, kinda okayish. I should mention that this library is currently being rewritten to a new major version, ZOD 2.0, but it doesn't prevent me from experiments. The main pain point of using this library is an async validation. You can use search and find this issue where its author basically accepts they don't have a good approach to async validation at the moment. But still I was able to make a proof of concept validation and the async validation example. Let's compare two codes. This is some reduced version of my production code for the Pacman project. The whole layout is the same, basically. I just replaced one hook with another hook, so client code is really similar. I didn't really finish yet, so there is some stuff I should have been removed, some secondary stuff. The most interesting part is probably this schema difference. On the left pane you can see a YEP schema, and on the right pane you can see a ZOD schema. There are some syntactic differences. For example, in YEP we use object and shape to describe some structure, while in ZOD we use just object. And this async data is some placeholder. This sign-in login form doesn't really need an async validation, but you can imagine a sign-up form where you should verify that some username is not taken yet, so there you will need an async validation. The point is, in YEP you currently have async validation built in, so you can, for example, provide some async data property and test it with some async validator. And you can't really do this in a seamless way in ZOD. I'm not ready to explain to you the mechanics of async validation with ZOD yet, because I have found this ZOD library just yesterday and I'm far from being proficient with it. But the conclusion of this video I can make is this. This is a really interesting library you may use right now, or you may prefer to wait for its second version, which I'm sure will be even better, even simpler. And if you are not satisfied with YEP, with its bundle size and with its obfuscated validation rules, for example, this required, what do you think it means? It doesn't mean not null, it means not non-empty, which is quite surprising. By the way, you can check the list of YEP problems and the list of comparisons to different libraries in this repo. Here is this list, a comparison to Joy, a comparison to YEP. Joy is not really used much for front-end validation. It was created for API validation, and their team, for some weird reason, is not interested to support browser validation. And there are more libraries like IOTS, a very interesting library derived from type theory. So it's like validation, but with an approach from static types, or I should say from static types school of thought. This library is created by Giulio Canti, very, very advanced programmer who has a number of interesting projects related to type theory and implementation in TypeScript. This ZOD library derives a lot of good decisions from IOTS. I should probably add that I know Giulio. I communicated with him quite a lot in Gitter chat previously. So in short, while I'm not really interested in TypeScript at the moment, I'm still surprised by this library, and I'm going to continue my experiments, and hopefully I will share the results of it with you soon. For now, this is it. Have a good day.